You know, the people, and I use that term very loosely because I don't believe they're actually human. How could you be? But the people we're dealing with are fucking enemies. The enemies of humanity, the enemies of those who truly wish to live free. They have an insatiable bloodlust, and it's never, ever going to change. Look at all the wars that they've been a part of. You can go throughout history, and it's the same families, the same bloodlines, the same types of people that are involved in every war, every skirmish, every false flag. And then you think about the people that join the order following class, the ones that are not misguided into believing that they're actually doing something on behalf of their countrymen, but those that join because they are sadists, they are murderous, they're psychopathic, they're sociopathic. We are dealing with the people, and you think about the IDF, the most evil people ever to live. You hear the stories and you see the videos of the things that they do to Palestinians. And that's going to come to everybody else. You know, you think about all the places they're trying to set up, trying to take over parts of Argentina. Just so happens, what a coincidence, you know. Oh, there's fires in Argentina, so anybody that's not an Argentinian can now buy land here. You think of that type of shit. These people will spread, and there's a lot more of them than we are told. And they have a bloodlust that is insatiable, utterly insatiable. And what do you do in the face of that? Pete Hegseth is a fucking psychopath. Trump is a fucking psychopath, and they are all beholden to these people. I'm not saying that these people, the IDF and who the IDF works for, are the top of the top. Not at all. Clearly, there are people above them. There could be entities above them that we don't even know about that have been within this realm for centuries, that are not of our species. When you look at all the research out there and you look at all the myths and the legends and the stories in the actual bona fide research, there's things that go on in this realm that we are not privy to, that we are not at all ever going to get any information on unless we become free enough to access that information. And that bloodlust is not going anywhere because they believe that they must end evil here in this realm. And the evil is us. The evil is anyone that is not them. The goyim, if you're talking about Judaism, or the infidel, if you're talking about Islam. We are the evil that they must eradicate. We are the parasites. We are the demons. We are the soulless cattle that they must eradicate from this realm. That's what they believe they are charged to do. And that's who we're dealing with. And what do you do in the face of that? You have that psychopath child, Trump. He's not the one tweeting these things. We know that. But his team just saying, we gave them 2 weeks or 10 days and they only have 48 hours left. They need to open up the fucking straits or all hell's gonna rain down upon. I mean, look at what we're dealing with. We're dealing with psychopaths. It's kind of chilly with that sun behind the clouds here. We're dealing with psychopaths. What do you do in the face of it? You have to be a living example of what it means to be a moral man, a moral woman. You have to understand the objective truth of this realm. That morality is objective, that it doesn't change based on zip code or country, that it doesn't change based on any location or any time. That morality is morality, that to violate the rights, life, or property of another sentient being is immoral. There's no changing that whether you live in Kentucky or California or Germany or Australia. It doesn't matter if it's the 1600s or 2026. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change. This realm operates on natural law, and those laws are immutable. They don't change. They are here. And that is what life is governed by. And when we align with it, we get to experience freedom. We get to experience ever-expanding consciousness and innovation and creation. So in the face of bloodlust, in the face of psychopathic pieces of shit that call themselves politicians or order followers, we must be living as examples of what it means to be a moral man or a moral woman. That's the only answer, because we are not, if you think about the technology they have, the AI, you think about all of the weaponry they have, frequency weapons, there's no defeating these people in a battle. It's just not a possibility. And so the only way out of that is just by understanding that your spirit is here now. And it's experiencing now, life now. It's not, oh, I have faith that in the next life that things will be easier. No, we need to be living as moral men and moral women now. A living example for the youth, because they will be inheriting a world that is fucked completely. You think about how degenerate our world is. You think about all the things that goes on in the schools, all the things that goes on with our so-called leaders, and the pedophilia and the child trafficking that is rampant in every country. It's not just the West. You think about the way that they treat women around the world and how our women are being treated in Western countries right now. Just look at the numbers of rapes since the year 2000, when all of the influx of foreign cultures have really begun. Go to 2000 and you go to every year and you watch the number of reported rapes, let alone the unreported, the reported rapes just skyrocketing. European women have a bounty on their head and we are letting it happen. Young European and Western, when I say European, I mean Western civilization. I don't just mean Europeans. I mean Canadians, Americans, South Africans, Australians, New Zealand. Our children have bounties on their heads. There's the humiliation rituals. There's the filming of the mass beatings and the gang rapes of our children. And our kids, our youth is going to inherit an absolute fucked up life. No semblance of normalcy. And we don't have it now. There's a lack of empathy that's almost tangible, palpable. You can feel it when you're around other people, that no one really gives a shit about anyone else around here. You can have the fake conversations and the vapid, empty, fucking back and forth. But there's no care. There's no richness of feeling. And I can see that today. Today's Easter. I came out here after I just finished up at the gym, and I wanted to come out here real quick. It's fucking cold, I'll tell you that. But driving around today, going off to meet up with people, and what do you see? Burger King is packed. Taco Bell is packed. Walmart is packed. Nothing is sacred anymore. Even like when I was a kid, I was born in the 80s. And so in the late 80s and the 90s, when it was Easter or Christmas or whatever, you didn't even have to believe in these holidays deeply. But this was a time for families to get together. This wasn't a time to go to Taco Bell. This wasn't a time to go to Walmart or to run errands. This is a time to slow down and appreciate that you have family and you have those that you care about. And I don't come from a good family by any stretch of the imagination. My family was very, very volatile and dysfunctional and empty of anything that's needed for a child. But even then, we had the pretense on these days to at least be together, right? Doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't exist anymore. I just wanted to come on and do a short one. Because in the face of everything that's happening, and seeing Pete Hegseth and his fucking drooling with blood, Lindsey Graham, Sam Altman, Alex Karp, Peter Thiel, Larry Ellison, these people are fucking psychopaths. And so in the face of all of this bloodlust that will not end, and their religious leaders tell you that, right? The imams tell you they're taking over Europe. We're going to outbreed them and they will no longer be the majority, and soon they will be wiped off this realm, off this continent. The imams say this. The rabbis say that anyone that is an idol worshiper doesn't deserve to live, and that their children don't deserve to live. So 6 to 7 billion need to go now. That's if that's even our real numbers. We don't need to get into those things. But the fact that their religious leaders are telling you what they want and what they're aiming for, and we're not taking them serious, blows my fucking mind. Blows my mind. They're telling you what they want. They are telling you what their goals are, and we see that they are achieving their goals. This whole war with Iran is another orchestrated event, and there will be so much death and carnage on the other end of it, because if the Straits of Hormuz stay closed, obviously countries will start to fail that are energy dependent. The chaos will ensue. We'll see if they allow that. I don't know if they do have their deep underground military bases, but I don't know if they're ready for full-on chaos. They most likely are with their, with their technology and whatnot. But I just wanted to come on real quick, and I'll make another one. It's fucking cold. I'll make another one expanding on this, but in the face of all this bloodlust and this immorality and degeneracy, we have a duty to live as moral men and moral women. Strong, confident, stoic, understanding our thoughts and emotions and actions, living in a way that would make our ancestors proud. Understanding that the spark of God is within your heart, it's within your DNA, it's within your blood. It's not in a book, it's not in a building. And that all of humanity is going to suffer if things don't change rapidly. And obviously, if you've watched any of these and you know where I stand, I don't see humanity changing anytime soon. So the world that our children and the youth will inherit is going to be a horrendous one. Absolutely fucking horrendous. So before that comes, for them to have a chance, they need to know what a man really how a man is really supposed to behave, how a woman is really supposed to behave. The sacred masculine and the sacred feminine coming together to create the seal of Solomon, the sun and the moon together. The masculinity, which gives you the ability to take action, and the femininity, which gives you the ability to actually care. This stuff weighs heavy on the heart. I think about it on a regular basis, but this is going to be a short one. It's cold as hell, and I did not dress appropriately. So wherever you are, if you've remained human through all of this, through all of the propaganda and fucking brainwashing and mind control and programming, in the face of the guilt tripping, thank you. Thank you. And so to all of those with the bloodlust that just want to go around killing and being a part of this evil system, fuck you. You guys are destroying the one thing that you were given, which is free will and this beautiful earth and this beautiful realm that we could do anything with, and you're choosing to create weapons of war and to go off and kill people you've never met before. To all of those that working at these AI companies that are just producing things that will steal every ounce of freedom from the future generations, fuck you too. But anyway, till next time, never mind.